Hi, Big Kahuna here, Pat Miley for another blue-collar conservative video. I'm here in near Douglasville, Pennsylvania, at the Daniel Boone Homestead. Like I told you before when I showed you the Daniel Boone statue at the Cabela's in Hamburg, Daniel Boone wasn't originally from Kentucky. This 576 acre park is also a museum. It has the Boone house, which was completely restored to the era from which Boone was alive. Building behind me is the sawmill. That's been standing since Boone was alive here. There's a lot of other buildings, but it's mostly big, beautiful, open spaces, trees. It's just a beautiful place. Pennsylvania is beautiful. So people wonder, why am I leaving Pennsylvania? Well, there's a lot of things about Pennsylvania that aren't beautiful. The scenery is beautiful. The history is beautiful. But what Pennsylvania has evolved into since the 1980s really is not beautiful. It's a festering cesspool of crime. With drug gangs, and the media in the city just like look the other way. Oh, there's no gangs in Reading was pretty much the mantra of the both Democratic and Republican regimes in the city in the 1980s and 1990s. We don't have any gangs in Reading, but we had gangs in Reading. We had people that were in gangs in Reading that were featured on America's Most Wanted for murders they committed in New York, and was mentioned that they were a part of the Latin Kings in Reading, but the city still wouldn't acknowledge it. Reading has gotten so bad, it is really one big slum. It was a railroad town. It was a retail paradise for outlet shoppers that came here on buses from all over this part of the country. People would come from Boston to shop here on big chartered buses because of all the factory outlets for all the designers. Well, all those are gone because of the New York transplants and the illegal aliens that have come here. Demographically wise, Reading it has more Hispanics than any other city in the state, and a lot of that has to do with the programs that they offer and the pandering to people who used up all their welfare in New York, because New York used to be a welfare to work state, and then come here. So we're a city of impoverished. We've been listed on multiple times as one of the poorest cities in America. Now we are importing more of them. Today's New York Post. Yesterday it was cats, today it's squirrels. Today's New York Post caught the federal government transplanting illegal aliens into New York State, flying them into White Plains, New York, in unmarked charter aircraft in the middle of the night. This should not come as a surprise to you, and it sure as hell doesn't come as a surprise to me, because earlier this year, around June, people caught the federal government dumping illegal aliens in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Plane loads of them at a time arriving in the middle of the night. That so they could hide it. Well, this is also going on in Reading. I've talked to people about it from local government. They are all real quiet about it, but I could tell there was definitely some people who knew about this. We live in a city that the planes from the airport fly right over the city. So when a big commercial airplane flies in at 2 a.m., it wakes people up. Woke me up. Then woke me up a number of times, like once a week for a while there. Then that story broke about Chattanooga. Now, I have a source that works in the industrial park near the Reading Regional Airport who has witnessed these incidents. He has photographs and videos of it. I asked him for them. He's shopping them around to networks. He's shopping them. And you know what? If I don't care if it gets exposed, I don't care who gets the credit for it. I really don't. But the problem is, if he shops them around to a network, the wrong network, they'll get that information and they'll sit on it. If he tries to give that to NBC or any of those networks, he's got to go to I told him, you go to Newsmax, you go to the New York Post, you go to Fox. You go to those three, then it'll get aired. I haven't seen it yet. I've seen it on his phone, and quite frankly, it's disturbing. Plane comes in the middle of the night and parks at the north end of the runway, and 3 buses pull up on the tarmac and take them away. And the buses are marked, and I've talked to the bus company about it. They aren't saying a word. So this is getting to be a big problem. And why Reading? Why choose Reading? Like I said, the demographics of Reading, they would just get absorbed into the herd. They would disappear. So they're looking for places that these illegal aliens could be absorbed into the population. And then the other issue in Pennsylvania is Pennsylvania has, if you're undocumented, you could go and get an ID. And when you go and get the ID, people were registering to vote illegally. They caught over 200,000 of them years back. The Auditor General caught this. And they had over 200,000 of them. And they only managed to remove about 10,000 of them in 2019 prior to the getting ready for the 2020 election. So they had 5 years to get 200,000 people off the voting rolls, and they only managed to get 10,000 off. And, so these are the issues that I wanted to bring to you today. Hope you gave you some food for thought, and hope you enjoyed this beautiful, beautiful October day. Everything's changing. The colors are changing. If you get a chance to come to Pennsylvania and visit, come visit. But like I said, not a great place to live. Thank you.